What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Right before I get into this video, I want to remind you guys, as always, that if you're listening to this video, you're watching this video, and you haven't subscribed to Too Raw for TV, please subscribe to Too Raw for TV. I thank everybody that has subscribed to my channel over the past, couple months, man. Like, I'm getting a lot of subscribers as of late. I thank any and everybody that subscribed to my channel. If you haven't hit the notification button, please hit the notification button so that you'll be notified of any video that drops from my channel as soon as it drops. If you like or at least appreciate the content of my channel, please hit that like button. This will help not only my channel, but other channels in the LDBC that you're subscribed to be that much more successful, and the Lions Den basketball community be that much more prosperous as a whole. If you want to, if you choose to, if you can, um, please support Too Raw for TV, either the Patreon, either the PayPal or the Cash App, or you can support Too Raw for TV via the Patreon. I will be uploading several Patreon videos this weekend. Sorry, I got a little bit behind with that. I apologize, but I will be uploading some Patreon videos this weekend. For only $2 per month on the Patreon, I'm able to talk about stuff that I can't talk about on YouTube for obvious reasons, social issues, politics, uh, any type of issue, request, whatever. Let me go into the topic now that you guys tuned in for, and that is what Ticket was talked about in his video. Shout out to Ticket TV. You're not subscribed to Ticket TV, please subscribe to Ticket TV. Um, Kawhi Leonard may miss his second straight game due to the knee injury that he has. And this concerns me. This concerns me on different levels. Um, Number one, the fact that the main thing that we know about how this is structured, the load management, is that he doesn't play back to back. Okay, he doesn't play back to back, at least the second half of back to back, and that has been working. But the fact that he may miss another game may be indicative that this problem that he has with his knee is worsening. And for what I've been able to read, he has a degenerative tissue issue in his knee. But what really triggered my mind, I was in Ticket's chat, and somebody said, I can't remember if it was Ticket or whether it was someone in the chat room. It might have been Ticket that said he has a degenerative problem with the patella tendon in his knee. And that triggered my memory. My mind is like a computer sometimes. And I remember patella tendon. I said, Mark McGwire. If you are my age or older, you remember Mark McGwire, baseball player to play in the 80s, 90s, into 2000, one of the greatest home run hitters of all time. And he was having a hell of a career toward the latter part of his career. You know, he had so many injury issues earlier in his career. In the 90s, I remember I think the 93 and 94 seasons, he missed like a bunch of games. And he got to the point where he almost retired. But he, got healthy, relatively healthy, and from 95 through 2000, he was a beast. In 95, he hit 39 home runs in like 104 games. In 96, he hit 52 home runs. In 97, 58, combined with the Athletics and Cardinals. In 98, of course, he had the memorable 70 home run season. And then 99, he capped it off with a 65 home run season. So he was amazing. But what I remember is in 2000, he was leading the majors by the All-Star break with 30 home runs. But he started having problems, and you would notice it when he was going around the bases, he was limping. And I looked it up just now. I'm looking it up just now. And he had a problem with the patella tendon in his knee. I can't remember which leg it was, but he had a problem with the patella tendon. I'm trying to see if I can find that article. Okay. This is an old article from 2000. Cardinals slugger Mark McGwire said Tuesday he considered undergoing surgery before the season ended if it's the only option left to repair the patella tendon in his ailing right knee. It's an option, but it's like the final straw. I don't want that. McGwire missed his 15th game with the knee injury Tuesday. He was leading the majors with 30 home runs when he went down the disabled list July 7th. I'm like a computer sometimes with this shit. Since then, McGwire said he has totally shut down his knee, trying to rest it as much as possible. Asked about what kind of treatment McGwire has received, Cardinals trainer Barry Weinberg right off a list. We're trying everything, so we missed nothing. McGwire said he tried a light workout last week, and he said his knee felt like it was going back to square one. Every time I bend my knee, it feels like it's going to tear. It's not good. For what I understand about patellar tendonitis, it just doesn't go away. Um, the very next year, 2001, he had the same issues. As a matter of fact, he played worse in 2001. He missed even more games. And ultimately, Mark McGwire had surgery and retired. It didn't get better. So I mentioned Mark McGwire for a couple reasons. Okay. Now, if you're a fan of Kawhi Leonard, please don't take this the wrong way. Because I'm just throwing this out here. Okay. I'm not accusing him of anything. But I do remember from reading about Mark McGwire's injury, which ultimately led to his retirement, that one of the main contributors to patella tendonitis, one of the things that they notice with people who have that type of injury and those type of problems are people who take performance enhancing drugs. We all know McGwire was, taking PEDs. I'm not saying that that's what Kawhi Leonard uh, is doing, but that is one of the problems that we're noticing. If you notice, one thing I remember reading about people who take PEDs, they start having problems with connective tissue type injuries. That's a connective tissue type issue. You hear about all these guys with having knee issues or ligament issues. If you notice, you hear like a lot of problems with ligaments, tendons. Those type of things become affected by prolonged steroid use. And it gives you pause to wonder why are all these athletes who supposedly are so much more conditioned and stronger and bigger and faster, right, than the athletes of our generation. But why are these guys getting so many injuries? Why are these guys getting hurt so much? You know? So, like I said, I'm not saying that that's what Kawhi Leonard, I don't want to accuse him of that, but I'm just throwing it out there. Another thing is we have to really look at this load management thing in a totally different light now with Kawhi Leonard. Uh, Kawhi Leonard, I have nothing but the most utmost respect for him because I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I from the information that was out there at the time for me and other people, I saw a guy from outward signs this year at least that was healthy. He was healthy. Um, so I was flummoxed as to why this guy is still low managing because I didn't know he was still hurt. But the fact that and Ticket mentioned this, the fact that he was upset at the NBA for divulging this type of information to the public at large that he was still injured. He got irritated at that. And maybe part of that is as a competitor, you don't want your opposition to know that you're hurt. They can attack you differently. And you always want to have the psychological advantage. So, and also you don't want to, basically that's one of the things. And plus he's a private guy. So, but now it's understandable why he's doing this load management thing, because he's trying to, I mean, and I'm just putting it bluntly, He's trying to prolong his career. Because with this type of injury, you think about Allen Houston, you think about Brandon Roy. Guys, we may not have Kawhi Leonard as an active basketball player that long. He's 28 years old now. I don't see Kawhi Leonard still playing basketball at 38 years old. I don't see him playing basketball at 35 years old. Kawhi Leonard is a smart dude. Kawhi Leonard is smart, man. Okay, and I know it's gonna be some LeBron fans because all roads lead to LeBron with some people. Oh, well, if this was LeBron James, no, if this was LeBron James and he had an injury like this, I would defend him through the flames. It has nothing to do with LeBron James. If LeBron James was hurt like this and he had a degenerative problem, I would be the first person defending him on YouTube. This is a totally different situation. This isn't a situation where a guy just wants a break. A guy just, I don't like playing. No, this is a guy that's that's put out a strategic plan to still be able to contribute to his team, but also effectively save his career or prolong his career. This is basically like chemo for his basketball career. He's this is chemo for his basketball career. He's trying to extend his career, extend his value, extend his prime years. Because I think Kawhi is looking at his career. He now that I know that he has this degenerative knee problem, I know we have these advancements in technology, but I don't know if this guy's going to be still playing by the time he's 34, 35 years old. He might be done by the time he's 32, 33. So now I look at it differently. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like that's why he went to a team that's already talented, a team that's not too heavily reliant upon him, a team that even without him, with Paul George is a playoff team, but he just makes it a championship level team, as opposed to LeBron, who, if you take LeBron James off the Lakers, even though they have Anthony Davis, they would probably struggle to make it to the playoffs, just because LeBron James is that impactful as a player, and the offense is just so reliant upon LeBron that if you take him off the team, they're not good. Just sort of like it's sort of the same thing. This is the best way I can explain this situation. We all would. This is the best comparison I can make. We all know that Michael Jordan is a greater basketball player than Scottie Pippen, right? But there's a reason why with the Bulls offense, if you when you took Michael away from the Bulls, they still were a very good team. Now, granted, some guys retired and went to front office like John Paxson. Some of the other guys were jettisoned. Bobby, who was on the team from '93 that was gone. Uh, Trent Tucker. Some of these lower dudes were gone, and the bench was strengthened. But still, uh, without Michael Jordan, they still won 55 games. They weren't a championship dynasty team anymore, but they were still a really good team. But if you took Scottie Pippen off that team in '94, they wouldn't have won 30 games because of the style of play that what Scottie Pippen brought to the table and his value toward the offense and running the offense. But you put Michael Jordan on that team, and they're a fucking dynasty. And that's what we saw in the '90s. And that's the best way I can explain the difference between Kawhi Leonard and Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. The Lakers' offense is so reliant upon LeBron James. If he got injured in any way, shape, or form this season, it would be tremendously detrimental to the Lakers' chances right now. If Kawhi Leonard misses games, it hurts the Clippers. It hurts their team chemistry. They haven't played with each other a lot, at all so far, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. But if you put these two together, uh, it's a dynamite team. So I'm hoping that Kawhi Leonard is healthy this year, relatively speaking. I hope this isn't the beginning of more serious problems with his knee. Because, like I said, I still remember Mark McGwire toward the end of his career, and it was sad. It was sad, a sad sight. Yeah, he used steroids, but look, man, he didn't kill anybody. All right, but it still was a sad sight to behold, seeing him strike out against guys that you know the old McGwire would have crushed a 480-foot home run bomb, bomb against. You know what I'm saying? And seeing him limp around the bases when he did hit a home run, and seeing him strike out all the time. And I think his last year in the majors, he batted only 187 or something like that. So, like I said, if you're a fan of basketball, uh, you would pretty much stop questioning this load management thing. I said my last video would be the last video, but with this about load management, with this information put out there, I had to do another one about this. Um, I hope this isn't the beginning of more serious knee issues because we've seen so many guys in the history of the NBA had their careers derailed due to knee or connective joint issues or leg or feet or whatever. You think of, like I said, Brandon Roy, you think of Allen Houston, who was just getting into his stride when knee problems ended his career. I think he was only 31 years old at the time. You think of Anthony Penny Hardaway. You think of Andrew Toney, who was the most dangerous and deadly player on that Sixers team. And then after 4 All-Star years, I believe it was, foot problems just derailed his career, and he had to retire prematurely. Um, so, and we already know how foot injuries ruined Bill Walton's career. So, yeah, I do hope that this isn't the beginning of some issue with Kawhi, because it does worry me that an issue that he had all the way back when he was with the Spurs is still bothering him. It isn't getting any better. And then it makes you appreciate him better that this guy is still going out there and playing at an MVP level with this type of injury. And I'm making this video as a person that deals with chronic pain. All right. Chronic pain does not make you want to smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, chronic pain makes you a mean motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So if Kawhi Leonard's out there and he has this scowl on his face, it's probably because he's taking out his pain on the opposition. Chronic pain is no joke. So yeah, I have a newfound respect for Kawhi Leonard. And it has nothing to do with LeBron James. Okay, some of these guys, some of you trolls, I don't understand it, man. It's like all roads lead to LeBron. What you do is like, for once, think about something other than LeBron James' penis. Okay, think about a great player like Kawhi Leonard, or think about Kyrie Irving, or some of these other guys. That's all I'm saying. But tell me what you guys think.